My name is Bill Ray, and I'm here to talk to you about long-term service agreements, or LTSAs, taking some of the mystery and complexity out of these agreements. Simply put, an LTSA is a multi-year fixed-price contract. These contracts separate into two pieces. One portion is going to be the planned or scheduled work, and this is what falls under your fixed fee. The other piece is the unscheduled or unplanned work, and this would be more of a variable fee, basically charged for at the time the service occurs based on need. Now, many people think that because you're under an LTSA and you're paying a regular payment stream, that all costs are included, and that is incorrect. There will be some variable fees, variable costs that come in based on maintenance needs of the equipment. Let's talk about the planned maintenance first. So the planned maintenance in an LTSA is built around the known scope of work that's going to occur. For a gas turbine, it's pretty predictable. You have a published handbook with the intervals for the inspections and how many repair cycles the parts can go through. And those can then be built into a model and that both parties can agree on is a good basis for the contract. Now, conversely, you look at a steam turbine. The steam turbine, the maintenance intervals are highly variable, as well as the parts and services utilized during the inspections themselves. As a result, steam turbines not really good for LTSAs. They can be kind of molded into one, but not nearly as precisely as a gas turbine. As a result, vast majority of LTSAs are built around the gas turbine model. Now, the unscheduled or unplanned work is variable. And it's basically what's not included in the firm price contract falls over into the unscheduled work. Now, the contractor, because of the nature of the agreement and some of the duties that they're performing, the coverages that you're going to get, which we'll talk about in a minute, he gets exclusivity for the equipment over the term of the agreement, including these unscheduled repairs. Now, these unscheduled repairs can be simple as a bearing refurbishment, or as large as recovery from a large mechanical failure that may cost tens of millions of dollars. So there's quite a bit of disparity there. Now, the way that we get into kind of bridge this scheduled versus or planned versus unplanned work is through coverages. So given the duration of the contracts and the dollar values associated with the contracts, the service providers are willing to provide additional coverages or warranties in exchange for that work. Predominantly, these coverages and warranties are around the design intent of the equipment and the parts. So the design intent of the equipment is that it's going to go 24,000 or 32,000 or 33,000 hours between inspections. The service provider is going to guarantee that, and if it needs to be inspected sooner, they're going to do that at no additional cost. And likewise, on the replacement of parts, this is known as fallout coverage. If a part is going to have designed to have 3 repair intervals and it must be replaced after 2, the contractor absorbs that cost and doesn't pass it on to the owner. That's part of the coverages that you get. Now, coverages can also extend to the unplanned work, and generally that's more in a cost sharing mode. And that's where either when unscheduled work occurs, it can be through additional discounts so that the owner and the service provider are on the same page and cooperate together to try to minimize these events. Or it can be into a cap event. So for instance, going back to large mechanical failure discussed earlier, in many cases that results in collateral damage, that being that a part failed and then damaged another part. That would traditionally be what would be called damage to owner's property, because part failed and damaged other property. In this case here, the service provider may chip in the first $1 million or $2 million of this repair as part of that assurances and cooperation that they're doing the right things on their end to minimize these events, and should they occur, as opposed to being a big moneymaker for them, there's kind of some pain on both sides. So that kind of wraps up quickly what an LTSA is, and what are the benefits? The benefits of the LTSA really are you should be driving, there are multi-year agreements, you should be driving towards a team behavior. Your service provider comes back year over year. hopefully with the same people. You get a good team relationship working for a common goal. The next is continuous improvement. This is really important, especially if the service provider has a portfolio of similar contracts. You're hoping that he's building a whole repertoire of training programs and skilled personnel to execute this work, and tooling even on top of that. So he's constantly working to be better at his job, which in turn reduces his cost, which is of shared benefit with you. You also want to look at reduction of your own internal supply chain efforts. Now you go through the effort to negotiate an agreement one time. It lasts for many years. It allows you to lighten up some of your administrative burdens, and so that you don't have to maintain a supply chain relationship with multiple suppliers. Going out and pulsing vendors and know who to bid, or when every bid occurs, you bid the work, you're locked in. Now you're just managing a contract. And obviously that leads, the next thing is reduce administration. You're doing much fewer RFPs. Now, we've established, kind of what's in an LTSA, how they're structured, some of the benefits that are associated with them. Now the real key is, what price should they be? What term should you be? How do you structure the unplanned and planned work to benefit you the most? Well, that's a whole other discussion. So I ask you to, maybe look at our top 10 LTSA tips, or even better yet, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about it. LTSAs are our life, sad as that may be. So we're happy to talk through with you and share our knowledge and our experience from across the industry. Thank you.